I streaming or what, gang?
They're playing basketball. We love that basketball.
Basketball is my favorite sport.
We love that
I close my eyes on the dance floor and forget about you. I lose myself in flashing colors. I've got to see it through. You love so much, I take it all. You don't even care at all. Yeah, so much, strangers to say good.
Catch me in my Mercedes with a nice baby, screaming shady till I die. Like I have a paradise, life's crazy, so I live it till the fullest, so it's crazy, and you only live it once. So I'm thinking about this nice later, wait no living life in the fast lane, but at the speed of life, and I can't slow down. Only got a gallon in the gas tank, almost at the finish line, so I can't stop now.
The crowd is assembled at the Rose Garden looking for a Blazers victory here in Portland, and we've got all the action for you on 2K Sports. And for the Detroit Pistons, they come into tonight's game after the loss to the Golden State Warriors. And they lost it by a single point, just one more possession, or one less bad shot away from a different result. Those really sting.
Yeah, and the turnovers were a huge factor in that game, guys. You can't give away possessions at this level and expect to win.
And unless you plan on scoring every...
Here is Matthews. Knocked away. Well, now let's go to Doris Berkey. He spoke with Nate McMillan. Doris?
On the defensive end of the court, guys, he said the effort would be anchored by their big men, who he expects to wreak a little havoc in the low post with their shot-blocking prowess. Back to you.
Thanks, Doris. So Clark and Steve, defense, it looks like, coming first for them today.
And while you don't really want to put all of your cookies in one jar, I mean, I think emphasis on defense is a way to go.
Yeah, I'd agree, because if you come out and establish the defense right away, it kind of sets the tone, and you really kind of take control of that game emotionally.
I hit him open.
He dishes it to Prince.
Best nigga
Down
on
to
the court.
5 on
Come
the shot
on,
clock.
Danny.
Stuckey. He goes up and blocked.
I think it's going to be tough for them to trim this deficit if he keeps missing those kinds of shots, Kevin. I mean, they need his points.
Wallace with a screen on Maxiel.
On niggas ass. On niggas ass.
Outside Aldridge.
Yes, Sirski.
He kicks to Wallace. The three is launched. Gets the bucket. Wallace has got himself on the board with 3 there.
He is extremely comfortable behind that three-point line. I mean, especially when you give him that kind of room to operate.
Literally.
Here's Dimes. Last game he had 10 points.
That's a great shot if there's 1 second left of the game.
Yeah, that would be the good time to do it. Not now, though. I tell you what, we've talked about it a number of times, but the issue for the Blazers the last few seasons has been that of health. I mean, the injuries. They've been seriously hamstrung by significant injuries to their star players. Fortunately, they have a deep team, but they sure have needed it.
Three for Matthews. And that's collected by Max Seal. Max Seal's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
Wow.
Detroit, no good that time either. Well, look at the Blazers start last season. LaMarcus Aldridge emerged as an all-star caliber player and a leader. Yeah, you know, but still, Steve, a first-round exit. What do they have to do to take the next step?
Well, I think the key, Kevin, is what happens with Brandon Roy. Is he going to return to form as an all-star player, or will the injuries continue to bother him? I think also Portland needs to improve its outside shooting. They could use another front court player. But we'll see what happens. But this is a very strong organization. A lot of great history here.
Like that.
Myers from 14, blocked. Pistons trailed by 9. Here's Dimes.
Oh yeah.
Trying to get back on track.
He may not be their top three-point option, guys, but you still got to cover him. I mean, you got to defend him in some form or fashion. You know, Stuckey was looking to build off of his great campaign in the year before last season, but seemed to sputter in a bad way in Detroit. Just didn't find the rhythm.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
I forgot.
Go back to Stuckey for just a second here. Still effective, Steve, but not the lead the Pistons were hoping for.
No, it sure wasn't, Kevin. I mean, Stuckey played well at times, but it didn't translate into victories for Detroit. They wanted him to be more of a leader at that point guard spot. Kind of a disappointment for the Pistons, but Stuckey still with plenty of potential, and hopefully he can grow into a more productive player.
Marcus Camby, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Outside over Max Seal. Offensive rebound. Here's Batum. Backing in.
Defense outside. No, they're gonna hit those.
Outside Batum. Outside Matthews.
As I say that, it don't matter
Pass
though.
to
I
Felton.
catch up with my defense is superb.
Goes back
Let's
up.
go.
Here's Aldridge. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. Aldridge has got 7 points in the game.
I see you in the corner. Come on, bro. You gotta shoot.
Here's Dimes. Great ball movement.
Dimes.
He's covered by Matthews. Baseline jumper. And the rebound. Goes to Marcus Camby.
A total domination on the glass by them so far.
Well, the anticipation has been outstanding, exquisite. I mean, it seems like they've got an extra sense as to know where the ball is coming off.
That's why any game.
Tipped. And you know, despite the number of turnovers, Kevin, they've still got the lead here.
Well, eventually, guys, you know those mistakes will come.
Now, here's Felton. And the pass to Aldridge. Over Max Seal. And Aldridge gets it to go on the assist by Felton. 9 points for Aldridge. Here's Dimes. 5 points in the game. Offline with his 3. 24 seconds left in the first quarter. Outside Felton. Right side Matthews. Back to Felton. A reverse. He lays it in with a soft touch. And it's an 8-point Trailblazer lead.
You know, he didn't need to make the layup complicated. I mean, it's not a trick shot contest, but he decided to go for a little extra flavor.
Oh,
It counts.
what a shot!
I think that was
And
good.
the buzzer!
That's exactly how you want to close out the quarter, with a basket.
And guys, he got it off just in time. Nice play.
The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. Trailblazers lead by 6.
Yeah, the defense has been terrific. They came out right from the beginning, alert and focused, and they've been really good at
The NBA season kicks into gear. Dwight Howard and the Orlando Magic go on the road to battle the Indiana Pacers next Tuesday, 7 o'clock Central.
And that does it for the first half of play. Trailblazers out in front, up by 12.
Turn that bit all the way up, gang. That's better.
And now it's time for the HP halftime report.
Man, we're down.
I'm Damon Bruce.
Well, we should. I ain't get to
Trailblazers
read
are in the
it,
lead
bro.
out at the Rose Garden again. Utah with a win against the Bobcats in Charlotte.
Here's Gordon, looking for his first bucket of the game.
So I just run the play.
Here's Dimes.
He can't guard me though. That's the thing.
Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup.
Stop playing with me.
He's got 7.
And they get one to go
Stop
now.
playing with
Missing
me.
their first 3 shots. Maybe this will kick them into gear.
Another
It's been a
athletic build
rough
too.
couple
I
of
need
seasons
some
for
forward.
Detroit. They do have some nice young talent to work with, but they're hamstrung a little bit by the salary cap before Detroit is able to return to the Eastern Conference Elite.
So with Roy on the bench, here's who's on the floor for Nate McMillan. Holden out there with Wallace. Then there's Felton.
I was trying to
And it's
stop.
Mills. And it's Batum in at the small forward position.
I'm stuck.
And here's Mills for 3. Here's
was
Odin.
stuck.
And it's the
Great,
devastating
Odin.
one-handed
Still, I thought he
jam.
was-
Well, that's the way to
Felt like
corral
it
that
was
rebound and
dirty.
then go back up with force. Make them feel you.
Yeah, you know, Clark, the work he does on the offensive glass has always been so impressive.
Now, that might be where he's most valuable to this team.
Here's Dimes, covered
Oh
by
my
Hill.
God.
Detroit, no good that time either.
Where's the
Going back
layup?
to the Pistons, a couple of their contracts on their payroll that are not looking so hot. In retrospect, they're going to have to work through those financial issues as well.
Yeah, I would think you're talking about probably Ben Gordon,
Yes.
Charlie Villanueva, and maybe even Rip Hamilton.
A lot of money.
Yeah, there's a lot of money laying out there, and not as much production as the franchise would like to see.
Rebound by Wallace.
And they have a huge advantage on the boards.
Well, it's been one-sided so far, both on the rebounding side and the scoreboard.
Just cruising out there offensively. This team really playing well.
Well, Steve, it's pretty comfortable when you can
We
be
can't
up
play,
double
though.
digits in the middle of the game. That's a good place to be.
Like, it don't
Outside
even work.
Gordon.
Like, he's not even setting me a screen, bro.
6 on the shot clock. To halt the run. Wallace misses.
Well, that is not the guy they want to drive the lane in heavy traffic. You know, Ben Wallace, one
Come
of
on,
the
bro, get
elder
cornered.
statesmen of the
I gotta pick
NBA
up,
now.
really.
He won't be the force he once was, but he can still help a team in spots on defense.
Up top, Mills. He has 6.
Ain't no
And
way.
drops.
That pass.
8 points for him.
Just pouring it on and adding to this big lead.
That's not no pass.
See, they're playing outstanding basketball. They've been doing it all game at both ends.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Also making some changes. Greg Monroe, he's checked in for Wallace. And Jason Seal subbed in for Ben Gordon. And Steve, back to Wallace. What he's offered has never
my
really shown up
God.
on the box score.
So much toughness and energy. And, you know, it's always been a struggle for him to score, but it hasn't mattered because of the way he's rebounded and defended. Just been a real force in the
It's my
paint
fault. This
that
game
end
is
of the floor.
Oh, shit. Oh, wow.
Here's Dimes. He's covered by Roy. Here's Dimes. Goes up. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Just lay it up, gang.
You know, the Blazers last season made that trade for Gerald Wallace, adding defense and toughness at that forward position, and I think he was big for them down the stretch. His energy is infectious.
For the Trailblazers, Greg Oden. He's checked in for Camden. Batum comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Armand Johnson in for Brandon Roy.
I don't know why they just...
He makes 1 of 2 that time. Steve, going back to the addition of Wallace to the Blazers. Clark just talked about it. They are stacked on the wings.
Yeah, they shooting guard and small forward. I thought Wallace really helped their team. The key for them is getting healthy and getting more shooting to surround LaMarcus Aldridge in that front court.
Right at the free throw line. Matthews, no good.
Great close out there, forcing the errant shot.
Well, he made a tough shot again. He didn't give up on it, and he got a hand up.
Monroe with a screen on Johnson. Back to Prince. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Well, Tayshaun Prince was once a lockdown defender, but he's sustained some back injuries over time and slowed him down a little bit, but he's still a very effective player.
Talking about Prince, even those injuries you mentioned, he still has that incredible reach working for him defensively.
Well, the wingspan of a condor, I call it. And clearly that is always going to be there. It's not going away. He may get a little slower, but he will always be long, and that's a useful attribute to have defensively.
Batum against Prince with 1 on the clock, and the shot is good from Johnson. Johnson's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
Look at their scoring. Mid-range jumpers account for 6 of their last 10 points.
Well, defensively, they're doing a nice job of keeping them out of the paint, but you got to give them credit. They're knocking down shots.
Here's Dimes. He's got 8. Left side Prince.
What are you going to do? Niggas don't do nothing with it, bro.
Back seal in the post.
And this is a specific ISO play for you.
With his first shot attempt, can't get it to go. And the Trailblazers going now the other way. The last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
Well, their shooting percentage
This is like 2. Damn, we lost by 22.
And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. They put on a show tonight, thoroughly controlled.
I got some skill points. I got negative 123 at one point, bro.
Obviously, the team didn't bring it tonight. How does the way you prepare for the next game change after a loss like this?
See, I need to work on my 8-point shot. It doesn't change at all. We need to do something. We need to get 5.
I don't know, but we definitely need to do something. I hate to lose, and I especially hate it when we clearly get outplayed. That was the case tonight, and you better believe I'm not in a good mood about it. We got to work that much harder tomorrow and every day moving forward. That includes me, and it especially includes my teammates. We can't have guys taking the night off like a couple of them did tonight. They know who they are, but we all got to make a concerted effort to keep the team from playing this way again, ever again.
Some people. Oh my gosh. I thought he was going to say something simple like, bro, we need to do something. Our game's effective. But he's just blatantly call people out.
Here we go. Them other rap dudes ain't near me, though. This that free stereo. Hit Louis Vuitton, here we go.
They're trading right.
No spatula. The way they bite my like Dracula. And trading right. And I love this game like Mario. But my flow is just like cardio. Intensive, offensive. And they ask why your belt expensive. They can't see me even if they had lenses. Top about friends is, cause I'm a lonely pop. College dropout, no diploma. If you feel the heat in the kitchen, or just washing dishes, or tuition, with the big dreams and wishes, don't stop to listen. Just keep trying to get in, cause you gon' get there, put your hands in the air and say, here we go.
my median.
Keep a frankincense potion, planets in the motion. My notion is the number 9. Holla back another time, about to share this love of mine. Lose the color line, fall in love with the one divine. I hear it calling, only one can shine. This for every kind. I'm talking man, woman, child. God bless your style. I hope you know the time. I hope you're living well, but only time will tell. I wrote the rhyme with you in mind, it didn't need to sell. I only need to feel when each result is real. I'll send a message to the world. I let the stilo heal. So many styles, so many styles. Rockin' to you in follow. So many styles, so many styles. Call you knowing not style. So many styles, so many styles. Rockin' to you in follow. So many styles, so many styles. Call you knowing not style. It's all to the greater the creator.
They need to bring those back. That's really fun.
I have no space, no room to move around. And this box is getting smaller. I'm trying to get out.
Playing all 80.
How did I get
Playing
so
all the
far
it's a
from
pretty
where I
comes out this week. They give me an Xbox or PlayStation before
Hello and welcome everyone to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. And Doris Burke will be reporting from the sideline. Lakers are enjoying this break from the road. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Pistons team. In the two meetings last year, they came away with wins, never losing.
Alright, who I got guard? Shannon Brown? I remember, bro. What happened?
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
I was able to talk with Lawrence Frank for just a moment. Since it's their first meeting with Los Angeles this season, he's interested to see if anything has changed about the Lakers team, specifically the interplay between Kobe and Pau Gasol. He said they're both capable of doing so many different things that it's hard to choose what approach is the right one defensively. But it's something he hopes his guys figures out early tonight. Gentlemen?
And thank you, Doris. You know, Clark, it can be a point of pride. Hey, you know, we split 1-1 with the marquee team from the other conference. But,
You know, it's something to point to, Kevin. You know, when your overall season is a disappointment, that's something that you can look at and say, hey, progress.
Brown outside. From outside the arc, they get it back. Gasol. Pistons leading by 3.
Run a break right, but what them trying to do all
Here's
that?
Dimes. Some solid defense from Brown.
Well, it's interesting. Once again, late last season for the Lakers, they slumped to close out the regular season. And that seems to be a pattern. You know, it's almost like they get bored before they actually get into the postseason.
The finger roll finish. A little finesse for you folks.
Kicks to Stuckey. Guarded by Kobe. Stuckey kicks to Wallace. Goes up the baseline. Rebound the Lakers. Odom's got 3 rebounds now in this one. And, you know, Steve, for the Lakers, Lamar Odom said himself their sluggish finishes in the second half were partly born of overconfidence, of ego. I don't know much credence you put in that, Clark. I mean, what do you think?
You know what? I think there is a tendency, a human tendency, to become complacent, to become full, and you can lose some of your edge. I don't think it's a lack of humility and respect. I think it's just the nature of being somewhat satisfied. And when you're in this league, and because people are coming after you a lot harder when you've got what they want in terms of championships, and especially as you age, I think it gets harder sometimes to fight off that resistance and to flip the switch if you find yourself in a little bit of a rut.
Crashing the offensive glass is such a big part of this game, and it's going to pay off for them.
Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. We look at the Cavaliers. Long way to go during the season, but even so, they've got the top spot. And, of course, the Pistons, they're down in 9th position.
I think for the Pistons, they've had a tough time setting themselves apart from the pack this season.
Yeah, they sure have. It's really been one of those years where nothing really gets going. There's never an ignition that kicks in for this club. They just kind of seem to hover around the middle all year.
Prince with a screen on Fisher. Here's Dimes. Shot clock at 6.
I'm trying to do a whole ass spin move, gang.
The Pistons need to get off a shot here. Stolen by Artest.
I think he baited him on that pass. Very savvy defense. Easy finish there.
Defense was helpless.
Pistons trail by 3. Here's Dimes. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
What a shot. Gets it to go through the contact.
Boy, I love that. That's a great shot. That's how you finish in the NBA.
Well, it wasn't that long ago that Detroit was the dominant team in the Eastern Conference year after year. But times change, a lot of turnover in Detroit, and they are in a major rebuilding mode now.
Jason Seals checked in for Rodney Stuckey. And Steve, back to what you were saying about the Pistons, it's hard to tell when it's time, to move a successful team historically in a different direction. Clark, you're part of a front office, and I'm sure you guys battle with that every day. When do you make the change? When do you stick with what you got?
Yeah, it's kind of the conundrum. Do you jump before you get put? Teams get older, players get older. They did trade Chauncey Billups, and they let Rasheed Wallace go, and I think that timing was about right. The problem is that now you've got to make good choices and have your young players start to develop, and that usually takes a little longer than you want it to.
Yeah, they got some chemistry issues there, too.
Yeah, they did have some friction.
Trying, guys.
Here's Dimes. Rebounded by the Lakers. Fresh from a win against the Nuggets.
Yeah, the biggest factor was probably all the opposing turnovers. Those guys were being very loose with the ball. And it cost them.
There were some pretty glaring errors made out there, Steve. It was certainly not what you would see at a clinic in terms of ball control.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
Guys, 21-9 were the Lakers last season against the Eastern Conference. They've been within a game of that record for the last 4 seasons. That's really consistently impressive.
The Lakers making a switch here. Carriker's checked in. Fisher with the ball. Up and in on the layup. And the Lakers lead by 5. You look at the teams in the East, not many who can match the length that the Lakers possess up front. There are a few teams in the entire league that can match that kind of length.
I know there's a way to change it, bro. I know there's a way to change it. I know there's a way to change it, bro.
Yeah, the Twin Towers, Bynum and Gasol, really the Lakers' trump card. I mean, I think that's the key to this club. They've got to take advantage of those two guys this year, beat people up down on the block and on the glass. And if they can improve their defensive work on the perimeter, this could be a great team.
Gets it to go.
They are in attack mode right now. That's 10 straight points, guys, all coming inside the paint.
And Steve, if I'm him, I'd keep going right to the heart of that defense like they have been until they do something about it. If they don't offer resistance.
Yeah, that shit dead, gang. Let me change this shit. Okay. I know there's a way.
Many folks ain't never heard of me, so I'ma introduce myself by using some hyperboles. Waiting for the day I get the silence I deserve. So I ain't talking accent when I say I just wanna be here. It seems like everywhere I go, everybody there trying to steal the show. So I'm here with my plan. I gotta let them hear who I am. I wanna show that now is my time. Today is my day. To make you say that, cause I'm getting my way. It's my time to shine and it's okay. Cause I just wanna be heard. Dizzy, y'all. In case you didn't know me, let me tell you, it's a rap. Like I'm sick of eating hokey. They try to lock this top notch down on the low key and provoke me. I stick my tongue at them. Like Yoshi, I got to show people I can come up and swag. And when they feel my presence, they gon' back up like that. They see me now, they hear me very loudly, crystal clearly. Now they all me.
Back in the days, you know, they had the Hater of the Year award. Haters ball, man. 24/7 round the clock. That's how they feel inside this war.
I was about to say something real quick.
Welcome to Detroit, everyone, as the Pistons get ready to...
I'm about to say something. Read down. That's wild. That's wild.